the South. Ain't got really feel me. Feel us. East Coast, feel me. Feel us. West Coast, feel me. Say what?
We back. What's up, y'all? It's Kaya. I am back to go with this week's episode of All American Season 6, Episode 9, 100%, which is also the 100th episode of All American. Let me tell y'all about this. Is crazy. Crazy for me because I didn't find this show until right before Season 2 aired. I'm binging this thing all in one day, one night, y'all. I feel like it's been that long for me. I feel like I need more. If y'all could just give me, at minimum, one more season. These to all just come to a nice full close, and we're not getting that right now. It'll be too soon. Everyone can come to terms with the ending, so I can come to terms with the ending. You know what I mean? One more, just one more. This episode, it wasn't in my tops. It did not make the cut. I will say, and I told my sister this last week, I feel like that episode, because for some reason I thought last week was the 100th episode. My math wasn't mathing right, but I would have liked that episode to be the 100th episode. Or my sister made a comment today that Spencer's 21st birthday, because we ain't know when his birthday was going to be, so they could have just put it at any point in this season, that his episode also could have been like a 100th episode, because last night's, I'm sorry, you're my lows. I liked it, I did, and I love the flashbacks that they gave us. Like, it added to it being the 100th episode of just a blast from the past and looking back into the past, you know? But at the same time, the overall picture wasn't giving me like, yo, Kai, you want to put this in your top 5. It did have some really good moments. So we're gonna get into it, and let me know what your thoughts were down below so we can talk about it. Let's go. Should we just go there? We're just going. Jordayla, Lele girl, y'all hold on, because as much as she was struggling, we saw it the whole way through. Homegirl was funny. Take it to the top. My girl has therapy homework. You need to journal. And I'm like, yo, remember when she was trying to write the letter to Carrie and she got all the notes lying around? So we have her trying to write this letter to Carrie. It's not working, and she has to go on this journey basically to get to where it is she needs to be at in the end, which is this conversation she needs to have with Carrie in person. And here we go. I said, look at us here now. Is that all over again? Because Jor came in that point, so she was struggling. My man made his way up in here now, and see, once again, she's struggling. And it's because my girl should be overthinking at times. And we see him, me and Lele girl, we looking at Jor because he walks in. He's so about the desk thing. He just like this, leaning up, right? He's seeing where she's at for the day. He's seeing where she's at mentally. He's seeing what it is that they need to discuss in this present time. They're basically catching up on her, telling him about this assignment she needs to work on, and the championship party that she's throwing at Layla's that she's clearly trying to spend a lot of time on. It's a distraction. We can't be having those. We gotta make sure homegirl is doing the things that she's supposed to do so that way she can get better, and he gonna make sure of that, right? So he let her know, I think you need to focus on this. And I love that, y'all. My guy, our guy, me and Lele girl, because we share him, right? He gets her. He knows what to say. He knows, what to say when he wants to push her buttons, what to say when it's the right time to say it, what to say when he wants to turn her on. My man, he got all the words. He got the whole dictionary of Layla. He has it right here. He's letting her know that you need to focus on your work and getting better, because that's the main thing. The championship game, the championship after party, all that comes second, third, whatever number. I don't even care. All I know is you number 1. You come first. I was like, yes, you do, Jor. Tell her. I liked it too, because I said with Jor, he's trying to just pull back because something else bigger is on his mind. Like usually when he be walking up in there, he be all on. I was like, he go reaching for his woman, his baby girl. Come here, baby girl. But when something be going down between them, it's just he keeps the space, because it's not about, I know you want some right now. I'll be there with you, girl, but right now is not the time. I love that. Love that he stepped back enough to where let's focus on what it is we need to focus on at this point in time. Still showing that he is present and that he is involved in her recovery, in her process, in her journey. The other girl was just looking like, yo, why I look like you kind of far from me? Like we got some distance between us, because you do, but just not in that way, girl. He's trying to give you that space to work on what it is you need to work on right now. What really took me and Lily girl out, it was the forehead kiss. I said, dang, Joe, we couldn't even get the lips though. I get it. I get the stuff. I get why you was over there. But the forehead kiss, and I love the forehead kisses. The forehead kisses be so sweet. But just the way she was even questioning like my forehead, boo, all you have to do is just come down just a little bit further and my lips is right. It took everything in him to walk out that room. He said, oh, I really want to use that bed right now, but I can't. This is not the time. I can hold out. He leaves. I said, I know. I just know. Can you imagine? Gotta give my man props, because this is taking so much restraint. Like, he is just, as bad as you want her, as much as you love her, you walk in here just having this conversation and it's paining you because you don't want to see her hurting. You don't want to see her struggling the way she's struggling, and you want to be able to just take it all away. You want to be able to give her everything she needs. And right now he's giving her what he is able to give her, the love. He's given her this open communication, someone who's there behind her, beside her, in front of her. He is just all around her to support her along the way. And that includes walking up in this room, keeping a distance, being able to have this conversation here, giving her a kiss on the forehead, and then walking right back out. The strength, Jor. I gotta give it to you, my guy. So her therapy homework was, when I think of marriage, what is my biggest fear? Or what are my biggest fears? Grandpa becoming my mother. And that was one of the crumpled up pieces of paper. She over here trying to start over. I know mad at them pieces of paper that was on the floor. Done said becoming my mother. Each time we're gonna make our way right back to here, right? Because we've already seen previously. Oh, and this is another thing. I was like, therapy is really helping us. It's really working. Because we said before, she was trying to chew that lady head off when she was trying to talk about her engagement. And now we could touch on the marriage. We can touch on the whole topic of you and Jordan's relationship, and to really dive deep into it. So we get in places. It's a slow process, but we get in there. We love progress over here. We've seen several conversations from her in the past of her talking about her mom's depression now, and ultimately how her depression affected her marriage, her relationship overall with Layla's dad. It ain't end too well, and she always goes back to it because these are your parents. This is who you were brought up with. And it's also trauma that you've had to experience throughout your life, and now you're having to deal with it. And you're now taking this next step too that your mom took. She had depression, then went and got married, and then went on to dealing with her depression throughout her marriage. Now with you, you're suffering from depression. You're now engaged to be married. So in her mind, she's like, nah, I don't want to follow those same steps. I don't want to be like my mom. I don't want to be Monica. You're not, girl. You not. And why is that? Is because a lot more open to finding a solution, a lot more open to receiving help and support. She has a person with her every step of the way, and also whose voice she can hear, whose voice she wants to hear. At this point though, she's much further along than her mom ever was, especially because Jor is not her dad. Jor was able to do a lot more than her dad was able to do. Jor is a lot more involved, it seems, than her dad was. Compared to her mama and her dad's relationship, girl, we good. I'll just be butting in when they don't need to be butting in. Because my girl already got a lot on her mind. We know she be liking to listen to people sometimes. She woke up in this house. She forget her lounge keys here, right? She always forgetting stuff. That's why Joe be having to have stuff for her. And the fact that she forgetting her stuff at the beach house where her man lives. What else you got over there, girl? Permanently. Then we get Carissa. I completely forgot this girl was even here. Every week, I just be hoping that they just make her disappear and don't say nothing about her. Like, just write her out and then you don't gotta mention her to me because I ain't checking for her. She pops up. She's still there. Making these comments now to Layla about her fiance, which Layla girl was like, I don't need an excuse to run into my fiance. Who are you? I was like, we don't even know. We don't even know. But also, Layla girl, you was a part of this. It was the fact that she was up in there in her bedroom, and she was like, I'm really good when it comes to roommates. She helped Jor do this to us with these people. We got rid of one and we're still stuck with another one. Carissa going on about how Jor has been talking about the wedding and everything. And I was like, stop. Please just stop talking because we know my girl's taking it all in. She's putting it up in here and she's locking it in for now. And we get that because when she dip out, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me about my fiance. Who told you could call him Jay? That's how she was looking at her too. Also in her head said to me, she said, Kaya, it's okay if you call him Jor because I actually really like that. I was like, girl, I knew you did. Let me tell y'all though, what irritated me because cool, he's sitting here at this island, our island. Side note too, we used to get so many Jordala moments at this island. I used to eat up every single one. Never gave me my tent moment. Y'all never gave it to me. And you know what? I'm still waiting for it. But my island, come on, let me have like a good, nice moment. Like dying? Take me back to moments like that, please. We have Kupu sitting out here. Layla girl is struggling. She's trying to pull this bin up in here. I was like, Coop, I know. You hear her behind you. Can't comment on it, girl. She doesn't know her strength. And you know she only got so much left because she's dealing with this stuff over here. Don't do that to her. Let me tell you how she ain't no real friend. Let me tell you. Layla girl, you can tell she want to talk about something. She got something on her mind. The fact that she even trying to talk to you about it, stop. It's the way Coop is just brushing her off. When I tell you, it irritated me so bad because the whole time in my head, I'm like, we're going to use the V word. Just prepare yourselves. This is supposed to be some vortex with all these members in it that are supposed to be family. We're family. I was like, okay, Fast and the Furious, you're supposed to be there to love, to support, to be a friend. That was The girl's just trying to ease her way in there. She can feel she ain't want it. She can feel she don't want to talk, but it's like, I have something that I'm dealing with right now in the present. And what you're working on, she don't know this, but I knew it. What you're working on right now, Coop, you shouldn't even be working on it. That's the thing. You're looking into something that's not going to get you anywhere. It's not helping this girl's case over here right now. Also, where is the girl? It just made me even more upset because you could tell Layla is in this vulnerable state right now, and that she just wants to talk to her friend. She just wants to talk to someone who she knows, who she thought cared. Starting no small talk. Have you heard anything from Jordan? Here come this girl. Ain't even really looking at her too. Can you connect the eyes? Can you give eye contact, please? And how her and Jordan haven't had more than like 7 words in the last month. Okay, rude, stop it. So then Layla girl's still continuing because she's now looking at her mom's dress. It's also, this is why I was, can you tell I'm mad? It's not like she ain't know what Layla girl was doing right now. She told you that this was her mom's wedding stuff that she got, that she's about to be looking through. And she still ain't even care. You know her mom is no more. You know she ain't here with us no more. Don't do that. You know her mom suffered from depression. You know Layla girl is currently suffering from depression. You know it's something that she is still dealing with to this day because your girl herself put it on blast not too long ago up in that cabin about how she was weaning off of her meds off of this recommendation from Ryan. All these things that you have up in your head and you just choose to block out. What friend would be acting like this, knowing good and well what it is she's going through? The second I heard like, oh, my mom, because we already know what the situation was with her mom. We already know how that same situation is affecting her right now in life. It's not even that she just lost her mom. It's the way she lost her and what she's dealing with right now. And you talking to her like this? But then she sat here trying to give some advice, right? Because it was like pulling teeth. You had to get something out of you. Like, oh, let me just get her out of here so she can stop talking to me so I can get back to helping my girl patients illegally. And the girl's asking her about the scariest thing she ever did. And she brought it back. You know she gotta bring it back to patients somehow, some way. She brought it back to helping out patients when she went back on stage. I love that moment from you. Loved it even more had you started this conversation out differently. But you didn't. I don't even care. So she tells her that and how you have to just pocket your fear and just go after what it is that scares you. You just gotta go do it. I was like, oh, not the Nike advice. She goes, Layla girl, right? And she talks to Liv girl. Bruh. Y'all, this scene came up and she looks bomb. Side note. Oh my goodness. The fit that they started her out in with the hair was laid. Makeup slayed. The fit, it was just so cute and comfy. It just brought the whole look together. She looked like somebody's fiance. She looked like George's fiance. They said, you would have thought, yeah, we getting later into the season, but we ain't letting up with the looks. She gonna be going through it. We gotta make her look good while she going through it. Except at the end. Except when we get to the end. Hold up. We get her and Liv girl at the beach house, right? She making smoothies. She said, bruh, homegirl wants a surprise wedding. Carissa, mind your business. Stop, Carissa. We don't care about how you feel about the topic because your opinion does not matter. Just go somewhere. You upsetting me. You upsetting Liv girl. You upsetting Layla girl. You upsetting me and my homegirls. Liv girl is tight. Liv girl is just like, can you stop? Can you not? You out here eavesdropping on our conversation. Don't you got somewhere to be that's outside this house? Because why are you even in this house? That's the thing. I said, Liv girl, that was Jor and Layla, they did that. It's alright though, because we're gonna get rid of her soon. I mean, you are. Thank you for that, actually. The girl's done. She don't want her. She said, can you let me and my bestie, because this is an A-B conversation. I don't know how you got your way up in here, but you can see your way out of it. Ruthless. She does not care. She wants a surprise wedding. And you know when she is just, she not there all the way right now. She is just dealing with a lot because she starts rambling. It's the fast talking. She is just going on and on and on and on. She's like, because Jordan, he was doing so much for the wedding and the wedding planning and everything, and now he's kind of pulled back a little bit from it. And I think it's because he wants me to pick up the mantle. That is not what it is. He does not want you to pick up the mantle. Do not do it, girl. But she keeps going about how she found her mom's dress and she's about to take that as a sign. That's a sign right there. No, it's not. So my girl takes that moment after she says it like, yeah, I figured it out. Like, I know exactly what I have to do now. This is what took me out. The first part of what took me out. She picks up her smoothie and goes to drink. It's the like I did that. I made that solution for us. We are having this wedding. We're getting married. Liv girl is trying to throw in her 2 cents. She is trying to get through to her bestie right now. And she's like, I think you should, talk to Jordan first. Girl, wait, this is it. Girl, where's the fun in that? Yo, I said, what in the patience? Because I have never, Layla girl, that line took me out. When I tell y'all, I ate it up. I said, hold on, run it back. Girl, where's the fun in that? Surprise wedding makes a statement. No. She was so ready. It's also because it really led to her putting on this dress and everything for him to have the surprise wedding. She had the art, she had the flowers, everything was ready to go. So she had this. She had it in her mind, and she said, once something get up in there, I'm going with it. I'm going full force with it. Little girl is just processing. Little girl's like, nah, what do I do? Let me just go work on this, because right now, if I say something to her, it's not going to get through. And before you head over to Layla, just go see her, actual Layla, and talk to her first, because something's up, bro. You need to go. You gotta go. You're needed. And we get the conversation. Oh my God. Y'all, stop it. Let me tell you, that dress was hideous. We ain't taking that dress. That dress could have definitely stayed in that garment bag, could have stayed up in that bin, and it could have stayed up in storage. Who slipped? Monica slipped. Give it back. She can't. Hideous. They said this wedding not even happening, so we're just gonna throw this ugly thing on y'all. So y'all could at least tried a little bit harder, but okay. Headband though? Headband was cute. The hairstyle, another thing they just threw together because they knew it wasn't happening. Took my girl hair, tied it up, pulled it back, twisted it up in a little messy knot, and that was it. Called it a day, right? And she looking in the mirror. It's joy. Also, he looks so good. Burgundy is his color. Burgundy and blue. Those are his two colors right there. Because that suit on his skin tone with the hair, I said, all right, not y'all really practicing with him for the wedding. Stop. Keep going. So my man walks in, right? And he is just so calm. It's the slow approach. Like, he is just creeping in because he has to tread carefully here. She's very vulnerable right now. My girl is going through it. And he said, we about to be going through it together, because we already are. But this moment right here, because right now she's doing this on her own, we about to make this a us moment. I said, come on, us, right? Like, yep, let's go. So he go up in there. He's looking at her. She's looking at herself in the mirror. The way he's watching her, taking me out. Side note too, because my all-time favorite show, Flash. Previous seasons of All American, I used to be like, oh, Layla and Iris have like these similarities. But the thing is, because Jordan never reminded me of Barry, but him and Layla together had similar experiences, it felt like to me, and similar conversations, just like the way they approached each other was similar to Barry and Iris's relationship. This episode, there were several moments, even one of Spalivia's moments, I was like, yo, this kind of reminds me of Barry and Iris too, because I love them down. They're my people. Y'all, several moments in this episode was just like season 3, Barry and Iris all over again. And it was the best thing ever. Leading to, we get him coming to his woman, right? And she goes to run away from him because you can't see me like this. It's the way he comes over, and I knew I was getting my baby girl. I knew my baby girl was coming. He said, baby girl. So soft, so sweet, reaching for her hands, y'all, and sits her down. The way she just goes willingly because her man is calling her. The way he just gives her the floor. He wants to know what she's feeling, why she's feeling this way, what she's going through, so they can go through it together. And this broke me. Tears did not ever threaten to come until this right here. The way she said, I want to marry you. It was so innocent. It hit me in him. My man was like, I want to marry you too, baby girl. We don't even with the boo right now. We can't take the boo right now. This moment calls for a baby girl. I want to marry you too, baby girl. He said that part in his head. This is what it was, because this is what got me. It's her explaining why she was trying to throw this surprise wedding for him, because he was pulling back from the wedding planning, listening to his weird roommate. The way I laughed at that, but they didn't make him laugh. My man, he said, nah, this is a serious moment right now, so I'm not even gonna laugh at that, because 1, she is weird. 2, you shouldn't be listening to a word she says. And 3, I can see how what she said really affected you, because look at where we at right now. She's telling my man that he was pulling back from the wedding plan, but at the same time, it seemed like he was pulling back from them. I said no, because it's them. They are the same. He just told her that. He just said that she was so busy. He felt like she was too busy for him. That's what it seemed like. Nah, y'all not. She's not too busy for you, and you're not pulling away from y'all. You're not pulling away from her. You're not pulling away from this relationship. Writing is up there. Writing is up there right now for them. He is just sitting here, receiving it all. Explaining to him, because once again, going back to her parents, wants to be better than how her parents' relationship turned out to be. She wants to spend every day showing him that they can be better than her parents. My man's, the look on his face, when you in love, that's what it looked like. You love with your whole heart, your whole being. When you have found your one, that's the look. That's the look no one else gets. That's why she was like, and you still look at me like that, because look how he looking at her. I was like, girl, look how you looking at you. But she said, look how you looking at me. So now my man is letting her know we had this conversation before, and that's why I haven't been pushing. That's why I've been, laying off of the wedding stuff, because you're in therapy right now. You're trying to process all these things about your mom's depression, about your own depression, and we're not trying to rush it. Also, let me tell you how this line ate. My man said, I don't want the day you become my wife to be because you were scared. I want it to be because you realize, Layla girl, you realize that you can never go another day of your life without being my wife. With the rhymes. They're not perfect, but they're perfect for each other. That's the thing. She's just pouring it all out in this moment because she's going through this with him. The look back into the mirror, it's like looking at a reflection of your mama right there. And that's gotta hurt. Also, just looking at the situation you've put yourself in now with him, of you weren't ready to take this step with him, but because you love him that much, because you do want to spend the rest of your life with him, but right now you're just not in that place to do it. But it's like you're trying to rush yourself to get there before it's time. So she's just looking at herself, and it's hurting even more to look back at him and letting him know, this isn't like her. She feels like it's not working, the steps that she's been taking. The reassurance from him, no, it's a setback. It's a setback for both of us. It's a journey for both of us that does not have a perfect roadmap. No one told us how to get there, but I know we getting there together. I was like, yes, y'all are, yo. He was so calm with it. He put his hand up here. The way he grabbed onto that girl's cheek, his baby girl's cheek, and held on to it. The way she was just leaning into his hand. He said he loved her. She just nodded. She knows this. She can feel this. She receives this. And then my man just kept the hand there, and she is just leaning into the hand. She's leaning into him, leaning to love, Layla girl.
This moment, Layla, tell me I'm crazy.
Can't escape all of your
You're not crazy.
mistakes, so you're not alone to carry the weight. Lean into love, we all need to lean into love.
He loves her. He is in love with her, has been. In love with this girl completely. And then the forehead kiss. The fact that this forehead kiss was so much more tender than the one we got earlier. And that one was good. It was cute. But this one, oh my goodness. To feel all my love coming in your head right now, going throughout your body, because it just needs to sit there. It needs to marinate right now. We're just going to hold ourselves right here together. I feel like this is our last big thing with them as a whole of, well, why did you propose to me? Well, you proposed to Simone too. Oh, I see you're pulling back from the wedding. That kind of stuff where it's kind of questioning their relationship. I think now it's just going to be more focused on her dealing with her own personal work of taking these steps forward, of dealing with her, how she feels towards her mom's depression and how it's affecting her, going on a journey to really discover herself and trust in herself, and to just come to terms with who she is and where she's at in life and how far she's come, so that way she can get to a place as an individual to be right in their relationship and not question the relationship overall. And that's where we going. I'm here for every single step of the way, because look at he ain't going nowhere. She definitely ain't going nowhere. She loved that man down. Then we got Coop. This is, I could have done without it, honestly. She's still dealing with the patient situation, which made no sense to me why Patience wasn't in this episode. Patience just be MIA. Patience be coming and going. And it's like, you trying to do all this work, illegal work. Here's the thing. We get her. She's up all night, basically, trying to work on this case for Patience, drinking these angry hippos. I don't know what it was doing. You know what it was doing? It was just sending her down a path she shouldn't have been going down, because her brain, her mind, it was just overworked at this point. She done strayed from where she was supposed to be, and now she done made her way over here looking at some girl that Miko was apparently stalking, but the case is sealed. But girl, one, I don't know why you thought you could do all this stuff and then dip out of Mama Laura's office, leaving it a mess like this, and leaving it for her to clean up, because we know she didn't come back there and do it. Two, why do we have to keep coming back here? Because we ain't getting nowhere. That's my thing. Miko's case, her and Patience, is just sitting here. Why? We could just skip it a little bit and then come back to it later when we actually get to a trial or something. Because right now, it's just a lot of, oh my goodness, we got to make sure Patience is ready. Miko, she got a whole team behind her. They trying to come for Patience. Can we get to the point when they coming for her? Can we get them now trying to get this girl locked up? Can we get them trying to make Miko seem like can I get Miko? Where's Miko? Then we get her over here trying to go find this girl, right? She ends up finding her. This was another thing that I was looking like, oh, because they had the girl that Miko apparently was stalking before, working at the truck food thing, right? That was supposed to be Coop and Patience's spot. That was the place that she took Sky to. Now you mean to tell me this girl randomly works there? I was not taking it. Also, it's a food spot that's like It's just seating. What is she, like a waitress or something? It wasn't adding up to me. They just picked some random spot that they used to use and they said, we're just gonna have her work here. If that was the case, they could have had her working at Asher's stepdaddy's restaurant, especially since this girl ain't working there no more apparently. This whole situation was just given that she is about to make things even worse for patients. Like, things already ain't looking good. And Coop is not helping the situation, especially because the way it's seen with her last conversation with Mama Laura, like, she ain't letting up on it. She thinks she is doing everything she can to help her girl. But because that's your girl, this is why you about to have her going down. Because, girl, you doing too much. She needs to chill. That's what I'm telling y'all. He ain't never getting up in here. The game, y'all, the game. We have Spencer, who this episode is, he's going down memory lane. I like the flashbacks because it was the 100th episode. I do feel like with the flashbacks happening and with all these storylines that were taking place this episode, it was a lot. If we were to do without anything, we could have left out the whole Coop situation because we ain't needed. I like the flashbacks because you see all these moments of him playing on these different fields. The way they had him traveling to these different fields, whoever wrote Mama Grace showing up to the field because his woman knew he was struggling. Mama Grace showing up with the little personalized size museum of all the fields her baby boy done played on. She took her time making that. She said she was digging. Dimples on her cheeks were dimpling. I was like, Mama Grace, I don't be liking you like 90% of the time, but right now you really trying, girl, so I'm gonna take you. We have him having these like dreams of Sean. I love the way they brought him back in. Trying to figure out what that means. You have this huge championship game coming up and he needs to get back to his roots, get back to the original reason of why he fell in love with the game, why he's at this point in his life, and why he wants to get to where he wants to get to. And then we get Chris, and I'm like, yo, they just bringing all the people back. They're going through these people who mean something to him, these people who have been on his journey, who's going to help him now get to where he needs to be mentally going into this game tomorrow. Him at Beverly with Asher, and they end up calling Jorah up. The flashback, not them taking me back to season 1. That's why I really like the flashbacks, because it's stuff that I haven't seen season 1 in a very long time, y'all. See all these old clips, and they look like babies too. And also this one here being at a time when they ain't even like each other now. So to see that and then flashback to present time, that transition to how they had Jorah throw the ball to Spence and then he just caught it. And that's the thing too, because seeing him as a little kid of being on his Pee-wee team, his mom at his games, and I think when you're a little kid, you're innocent, you have all these dreams. Your dreams are endless. Your imagination is endless. So for him, I just know my man was just dreaming big of where he wanted his life to go, the future he wanted for himself. To see that transition into him growing up and playing in Crenshaw to going to Beverly and playing there, you're with these people who don't want you here. You still have all these dreams and aspirations for yourself, and you're just trying to find a way to make it. You're trying to find a way to survive in this new environment. He gets back, it's him and Jorah and Ash, and they're about to play a game. And they was like, nah, not you, Asher. Not you. The way he was like, yo, he don't want to deal with Jamie. Spence was like, nah, boy. You gonna sit right over there with that baby. He makes his way back to Crenshaw, right? Because he forgot part of his mama gift. He had to go get it. He needed that part of his mom. But also, something was still missing. That's the thing. Yeah, it was the gift, but something else was still, that was like, live girl, she had to go figure it out. Something was still missing in that book for my man Spence. Something was still missing here that he had to connect with. We get back there. We got Chris here. And then we have Coop show up. I was like, that's the last piece. Girl, I was not liking you this whole episode. You was getting on my nerves. But right now, we need you, so you better do your work. The way they had her saying Sean's line, the voice like lapping over it, stop. The look on Spence's face was the look on my face, because we said, hold on, what you just said? Say it again. Say it again. Because don't you got somewhere important to be? No. He said, unlocked. I am unlocked. That's why he was haunting me in my dreams. That's why he kept waking me up from my woman. I need to just connect back. Also because now coming up to the championship game, this is it. My man going to the big leagues. Like, he going full force, full forward. So to go down this memory lane of his was the path you needed to take on each of those fields to get to the future you wanted for yourself. And right now, that future it's right there. It's within reach for you. Said in the past how Sean wasn't always a bad guy. It's the company that Sean kept and how Sean came up. They took two different paths, him and Sean. He could have been something great himself, but we saw how tragically his life ended. And now Spencer was able, he had this vision for himself. He had this dream. He had the proper people around him and the guidance and everything along the way to get him to this point now. But it's like, you're not going to forget where you came from. He don't be forgetting, y'all. He be holding on to Crenshaw. And so my chest. But now in this moment to reconnect with him in this way, to have his village, it was so beautiful. The championship game though. We ain't get no locker scenes with GAU. We ain't see them coming out. We just get to the game, right? Game is in full force. But they showed us Coastal. I could have did without the speech. We ain't even touching that. I could have did without the speech. We get the game going. It's close here. I already knew. It's like Asher's playing in this game. They've been slowly trying to give the signs this whole time. Like, yo, y'all better prepare yourself because he coming out there in that game. JU is struggling a bit. I'm also not taking how they tried to just throw Kenny back in here on us. Have him on the sidelines with Mac. Kenny is only going to do whatever it is that's going to save him in the end. And right now, he saw he was struggling with being saved in the past because Mac was taking over. So he like, nah, I got to be on the good side because it's the only way I'm going to survive here at JU. So I got to just agree with whatever Mac says. I got to do whatever Mac says. So Mac want to go based off of analytics. We're just going to go based off of analytics. It's not about the heart, Spencer. It's not about the heart. I was like, yo, my man, why you think the score is what it is right now? And the only reason why Ash is out here is because they man got hurt. Like, what's not clicking? Got the rain coming down. It's so dramatic, but I loved every second of it. Spencer is like, yo, just stop. Why you think he's a star player? Why you think he's at where he at in life right now? It's because of his heart. Kenny's like, you know what? Stop. Spencer, tell me what it is. I was like, yeah, you're so annoying. He sucks. And he should not be there. I don't even want Mac there. Spencer ends up running this play. Ash's play, loved it. Mommy was laid out there. The way Jamie was afraid for her man, though. Girl, you sold me. You sold me because she was freaking out. She said, no, where my keys? AJ, I gotta get my baby. She was going all kinds of crazy because she thought her man was not getting up. That whole scene right there, I loved every second of it. Spencer's play, though? No. I don't be knowing nothing about football, y'all. I don't know not a single thing except it's called football. You play with a ball that looks like that, like the Arnold's head, and there's like a first quarter, second quarter, maybe like a fourth quarter, right? You would think after this many seasons I'm catching on to some things, but I am not. But I knew that when I saw that play, I said, nah, that's good right there. That's a good one, right? And they won. I knew it was a good one. It was so good. I just love how their numbers too is just 1 and 11. It's just all ones, right? So when their back was to the camera, after they won, they turned around. What I did not like, what I will not accept, and y'all better make it up to me, is the fact that they won this game. They won. We ain't get them running over to. I wanted to see some of that red stuff on George too. I wanted to see it on Lily Girl because he done scooped her up. He done grabbed her up. We ain't get that. I wanted to see. Oh, hold on too, because Liv Girl's bomber jacket she had on for her man. But the fact that we ain't get them going to their women, we ain't get the women running onto the field. And that ain't make no sense either. Now that I'm thinking about quite a few things up in here ain't making no sense to me. And my face when I saw that it just switched scenes after this and we did not get no celebration. We ain't get no hugs. We ain't get no kisses. We ain't get nothing. Nothing, yo. We didn't even see them trying to run in that direction of their women before it took the camera somewhere else. I'm not buying it because we ain't get them at that many games this season. That's the thing. Now, it's this huge championship game. This thing we've been working towards this whole time, y'all. And y'all gonna do us like this? Y'all just gonna keep us apart like this? I do appreciate the chairs that they was doing on the side. They were sisters. We're cheering with everything. Their whole being was just cheering for their men, cheering together, just being one, for their men out there in that field. I love that. I thank you for that. But the way you could have just continued that to have them with their men because they were already there. It's not like they were cheering at home. They were on the sidelines, y'all. You showed us them several times throughout this game. Why you kept building us up like that? Showing us them like that. Not to have them come to their men after the fact on this field and have them just like, oh, my lady, look what I did. Look what we did because you've been here every step of the way. That wasn't too much. Wasn't too much to ask. But Liv Girl, because Liv Girl, she and her man, they were thriving. We got them at the top, waking up with her man. He said, I could do this every day. I was like, the kisses on the shoulder, right? The grabbing on the arm. I was like, yo, she can't get enough because she said, yo, I was reaching for you and I felt you wasn't there. That's why I done woke up now. Because I said, dang, where my shoulder at? My man is sitting here. That's when he was processing things. He was processing his dreams. She the one that sent his mama to him. Said, your baby boy needs you because she know her man. And she said, nah, he got this big game coming up. I got to make sure he in the right frame of mind because we done told each other. We going to share everything with each other. We going to open up to each other. We going to help each other along the way because we're in this together. High School Musical. At the same time, though, she got her own stuff going on. It ain't nothing too crazy. It is a big thing, but it ain't too crazy. They want her to include the affair up in this book. This sells. This kind of stuff, drama, people gonna eat it up. And y'all know they do. But at the same time, as she's talking to her mama about it, I was like, she not about to go through with this. And why is that? It's because my girl done dealt with it. That's why they gave us that episode before when she's talking to Mama Grace doing the interview and why she brought it up the way she did about the affair, because she hadn't properly dealt with it. We've seen her in that episode and even beyond that episode of coming to terms with his affair and getting the answers she needed so she could properly deal with it and process it on her own. Also just losing her dad overall. She's done so much work on herself. That whole year and 3 months, y'all. She did so much work on herself. Since being back, she still continued to do so much work on herself. Why would she put this thing that she just recently had to deal with? It's not even like she was able to process it years ago. No, she just dealt with that not too long ago. Why would she now put that into your hands so you can put it out there to the world, and it's now something she has to see and hear about on the daily, something that she has to talk about? Because once this book come out, my girl, we're going to be doing interviews. She's going to be out there on the road doing book tours and everything. She is not trying to have to relive this all over again when she done dealt with it. It was dealt with, and now it's time to let it go. Frozen. She is not about to do that to her mama either and get her real answer until the end, but I said she ain't gonna do it. But Mama Laura's like, why would you put this lady through this when, one, her and Mama Grace, they're friends now. So we're not trying to rehash that. And this is also something that she had to deal with years ago, and they had to deal with it when it came back up, and now you want her to try to deal with it again when it's out here in the book, and she's the one that's still living out of the two. The girl was like, nah, I'm not about to put that out there. This is what it's gonna be. Take it or leave it. As she should. She has that was a jump. That was a jump because she has grown immensely. It's been so good to see her and Spence stronger than ever. Like they're locked in. How locked in are they? We get to Layla's, right? Because this party celebration is supposed to be going on. We see the backdrop happening. I was like, not the Vegas backdrop with them standing in front of it. It's all on her because, boo, look where we're at right now. I done processed what I was dealing with. I done won this championship game. I got to wake up with you every day this week. They is swiping off that bucket list. They going through that bucket list, him and Liv Girl. And you know what? I want to keep on with that because like I said, I want to wake up with you every single day. I want to see you every single day. I said, these men, you could tell we've grown too because the words that be coming out of their mouth now. I mean, pulls out a box. I already knew. I said, ain't no way he handing her no ring. Here. Bro, that would be so tacky. Here, take this ring. Here you go. Open up your own ring. No. I said, nah. No. It was a key, y'all. Move in with me. Seeing the growth, y'all. We've been living in it. We live. And she did us a solid too because she made sure this girl was out. I'm gonna say yes. As long as you get rid of this girl. She gotta go because I ain't moving up in there with this girl still up in there. And he said, nah, bet. She out of here. Bye, Carissa. You know what? We halfway through the month. You don't even gotta pay this month's rent. You don't even gotta pay. I'm giving you back what you paid, actually. I will give it back to you. You just gotta go right now. My lady's moving in right now. A couple that's moved in. My girl is well on her way to recovery. Her man is there every step of the way. Paige, I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know. Jamie, and then Asher. Asher figures, I played in this game and now I'm good. That's it. I just need to say goodbye to the field. And I was like, all right, I'll take that. I could just see you coaching because he's really good. So eventually he's going to become the head coach of Coastal. But until we get there, we got to see each of their journeys. And hopefully it is not ending at 6:15 because I will be bawling my eyes out. If y'all do not give me a season 7, I'm getting it. This is me telling y'all right now, we are getting a season 7. CW, coming from CW herself. Season 7, please and thank you, much appreciated. We got too much to close out here, and there's a lot more story left to tell. That being said, that was everything for this week's episode, y'all, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.